Now, we've all been in this situation before. Boy, all we want to do is hit an easy little pitch shot onto the green. But between us and the green is an obstacle, or it's a hazard. So where does that ball oftentimes end up? We know we need to hit it over that bunker, but we hit it in the bunker. So let's talk a little bit about the thought process on that and how you can practice so that the next time you get in that situation on the course, you're going to feel confident about getting the ball over the bunker, onto the green, to shoot lower scores, make more pars, and make the game more fun. Don't chunk it, don't scull it, hit it over the bunker. Okay, we got to get it over the bunker. All right, don't leave it in the bunker. Don't chunk it, don't scull it, get it over the bunker. Got to get over that bunker. And you hit it in the bunker. Okay, has this ever happened to you? So you're playing a golf hole, you're green side, so this is a par 5, and we're green side in 3 shots, hitting the 4th shot up onto the green, trying to get up and down. And boy, we just hit the ball in the bunker. Now, even though I told myself, don't hit the ball in the bunker, don't chunk it, don't scull it, I inevitably left it short, and I ended up hitting that thing in the bunker. So what's going on here? So number one, from the mental side, think about, be positive. When I say be positive, have an intention on what you want to do. Don't be concerned about what it is that you don't want to have happen. If you say to yourself, don't hit it in the bunker, don't hit it in the water, don't chunk it, don't scull it, that's not going to make you relax. It's not going to make you perform better. So always remember that performance equals skill minus interference. So if you can possibly be as good as you can be, you're not going to be able to have any interference, or as little as possible. And having negative thoughts and having concerns are going to make you're just not going to perform as well. So always think of the positive, what you intend on doing. In addition to that, we need to practice hitting shots over an obstacle to a flagstick or to a target. So what that means is when you're practicing around a short game area, and hopefully any course that you get around that you go play has got a short game practice area. If not, you can always in the evenings or something, or if you play golf in the evenings, or if you live near a golf course, drop a few balls around a practice bunker and practice hitting balls over the bunker onto the green. Change your mindset to one where you're not focusing as much on what's immediately in front of you, but you're able to focus more on what is the target, hitting the ball to a target. Get used to seeing that ball carry in the air all the way to the target. So those sorts of things are really going to help out a lot when it comes to overcoming the fear of getting over an obstacle. When you look at really good players who would have no trouble hitting this little pitch shot over this bunker, they don't even see the bunker. They're not worried about it. They're completely focused in on the target. And if we don't have an opportunity to practice on a target, getting over those obstacles, we're going to be in uncharted waters. We're not going to be comfortable when we get on the golf course. All right. Another thing we want to do is, I've got a 60-degree wedge here. If you have a 60-degree wedge and you feel confident in it, then use it. But if you don't use this thing all the time, if you don't have a 60-degree wedge that you can really trust and hit good shots 9 out of 10 times, then don't use it. Use your 56 or your sand wedge if you have to, okay? So practice the way that you're gonna play. Get around that practice green, or get out to a golf course during slow hours and practice hitting balls over obstacles until you feel really comfortable doing it. And one more thing, none of us are perfect. So sooner or later, even if you practice, yes, a ball will go into a bunker you're trying to get over it. Don't worry about it. Next time you get on the golf course, do the best you can to think about the positive, what you want to accomplish. Don't be concerned about what you don't want to have happen. And you know what? You're gonna get over those obstacles. You're gonna have lower scores, and golf will be a lot more fun. So I would say what we talked about a minute ago is really a lot to do with the mental side and becoming desensitized to the whole issue or problem of having a bunker or an obstacle in front of us, between us and the green, to help us hit a shot we know we should be able to hit. Let's talk a little bit about the technique, and we're starting off here with basically a fairway lie. And believe it or not, sometimes if there's a little bit of rough, that your ball isn't just light rough, this is actually a little bit of an easier shot because the ball gets teed up a little. And so if you make less than perfect contact, less than perfect impact, you get a little scoopy and the club head passes your hands, you can still get away with the shot sometimes in a little bit of rough. So the problems people tend to have are either from fairway lies, or from really bare tight lies, or from thick heavy rough. So let's talk first about the fairway lie shot. So with this shot, we're going to, and by the way, these short game shots, different people may play them a little bit differently, but we're doing this from the point of view of a mid to high handicapper or a beginning golfer. So we're going at this trying to help people who are still getting a handle on the game, who are, you know, aspiring to shoot in the 80s. All right, here we go. So fairway lie ball is going to be a teeny bit forward of center because I want to be able to move onto my front side and incentivize myself to get weight moving forward, so the low end of my swing will be ahead of the ball. And we want to make sure as we do this, and we're going to practice this, by the way, we're not just going to do this on the golf course. I want to make sure that when I hit this little shot, this practice swing, that my divot is a little bit ahead of the ball. That means I'll be able to make solid contact. All right, I'm going to make sure my weight is moving forward, and I'll make little practice moves. And one little tip that helps me out the most with this is the feeling that my shoulders continue to turn all the way through the shot. I'm not gonna quit on it this way. I'm going to keep my shoulders turning with a relaxed grip, and that helps me do this. And quite frankly, making all these divots ahead of where the ball would be gives me tons of confidence. All right, so let's do this. Focusing on the actual flag stick, not on the bunker, the flag stick. Cheat forward. That was a nice soft shot. Now that was a really high, soft shot. I didn't have to open my club face wide open, and I didn't have to cut across or do anything fancy. So if you're not able to hit the ball high enough around the greens with your sand wedge, then think about getting a 60-degree wedge. One little tip here is also, when you're hitting the 60-degree wedge, feel like your landing spot is the hole, because no one ever hits it far enough at first, because the extra loft, it makes the ball fly a lot shorter. Okay, so now let's take a look at the hard pan type lie, and this is a tough one. This is one where sometimes, you know, you may have to just bite the bullet and mitigate what a bad shot might do to you. So here I am on bare dirt right here. Okay, so on this shot, solid contact is a must, and quite frankly, people that have played a lot of golf that are highly skilled, this shot's a lot easier for them than newer golfers. So this is a situation where your safest play, your best play, may be to chip it into the bunker and then try to get up and down from the bunker. That may be the play. Now, if that's water in front of you, then no, you're going to make sure you swing hard enough to get it over the water, and then you deal with what's on the other side of the green. So I really hate to ever talk in a way that's not purely positive, but sometimes the best play may not be playing to the green. Okay, so here we have our hard pan shot. Now notice the difference in this swing. It's going to be a shorter swing, and I'm going to try to really precisely strike that ball. And on this one, my hands will probably be even farther forward, so this will be a lower shot, but it might have more spin on it. Okay, so this is not quite as far forward in my stance. I'm going to play this over here so that you can get a good look at how we do it. And I do have here's a bare spot. Okay, I do have a bare spot here. So we're going to play this right here. Crisp little swing. All right, so that one did not get up in the air, so I kind of bladed that a little bit. So that one would have gone, you know, low and ran into the bunker. And that's how we practice these things. So we're not going to edit that out. We're going to leave that alone so we can, you know that, you know, it's not always going to play off the way you want it to, okay? So if that was water, that would have been trouble. Let's try it again. There we go. There we go. All right. That was a nice soft shot, okay? So that's how we practice. It's nice to practice. You can miss-hit a shot also and see how things are going to play out. Now, when we get into the heavy, heavy rough, it's a lot like playing a bunker shot. We're not going to be able to get the club on the ball, so we're going to hit the grass behind the ball. You got to practice these shots. Sometimes where the grass is leaning towards the target, that ball will fly out easier. If the grain is running away from the target, or towards you, I guess you would say, then you're going to need a lot more speed to get that ball out. So you've got to practice hitting these shots where you're hitting the grass on purpose, and then the energy is transferring from the club to the grass, and then the ball comes out, and you've got to practice that to get a feel for how the ball is going to release. And on these shots, when the ball comes out, it's going to hit the green and it's going to roll because there's not going to be any backspin. So those are really the three types of lies you're going to encounter. For the most part, the first two, a fairway lie or a hard pan lie, the thing we want to do is we want to just make sure we can get that low end of the swing, you know, ahead of the ball, weight forward. And if it's in heavy rough, you're going to play it more like a bunker shot. You're going to hit the grass behind the ball, maybe with an open club face because it's like a bunker shot, and then the energy from that grass getting struck by the club then propels the ball hopefully over the obstacle and onto the green.